Welcome to the Fit Dad Nation podcast, forging strong fathers and raising a stronger generation. It's time to get up or shut up with your host, Steve Roy.
Hey guys, this is Steve Roy, host of the Fit Dad Nation podcast. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you listening. Today I want to talk about something coming up, something I'm very excited about. It is now middle of December here. We are getting ready to kick off 2020. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm not a huge fan of resolutions. And, you know, we do monthly challenges in our groups. So I have a couple different groups, one of which is called the Fit Dad Nation Inner Circle, where we actually do monthly challenges. And this month we're in the middle of something called Die Hard December, where we've got a workout kind of modeled after the movie Die Hard, which, you know, you may or may not believe to be a Christmas movie. I'm getting the men prepared for something really big. This is actually the biggest challenge that we've ever done in the Inner Circle or in any of my groups. And that's what I want to share with you today. So if you're listening to this, I'm going to go through my thoughts of why I'm creating this, why I think this makes sense for a lot of dads to listen to and participate in. And I'm calling this challenge Project 45. In all honesty, I don't really have a better name for it. You know, that's not all that awesome of a name, but it's called Project 45 because it's a 45-day challenge, basically a month and a half. Most of our challenges are about 30 days. And so this challenge became a thing for what we're doing. When I came across, it's called the 75 Hard. And you've probably heard of that. It's basically a challenge that was created by Andy Frisella, who's the CEO of First Form Supplements. He's got the MFCEO podcast. He's a entrepreneur, speaker, multiple business owner, great guy. And he created this challenge. And the more I started reading about it, and you know, when I first looked at it, I was like, "Damn, this is tough, man! Like 75 days, no cheating, not even one cheat meal." Otherwise, you start over. And there's, a few other things. Basically, the parameters are following a diet, working out twice a day. One has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day, read 10 pages of nonfiction, and take a progress picture every day. So, it's pretty simple and straightforward. But obviously, as you can imagine, doing those things every day for 75 straight days is not an easy thing. Now, keep in mind that a lot of people that are doing this are probably younger men and women that don't have busy lives, families, right? When I was, in my early 20s, I could certainly do that no problem, And even still, we all have moments of weakness. We all struggle. We have that one night where we go out and have a beer, and then, since that's not on the menu, you start over, right? And so, I looked at the idea and I thought, how could we apply this to a group of middle-aged dads that are part of the Fit Dad Nation? Because, as I started reading through some of the Facebook group posts, some part of the Facebook group, some of the videos online, some of the threads, I saw some massive changes. And I'm not talking about physical, of course, that's part of it, but it was the mental changes that were so pronounced. I was like, holy shit, these people, are on a mission, and they've totally transformed every part of their life because they stuck through this and did something for 75 days when they didn't think they could do it. And so, I decided that we would take that idea and make it a little more feasible for busy dads like me and you. When I look at 75 Hard, I work for myself and I make my own schedule, and I still don't think I would be able to get through 75 days of that challenge. I suppose I could, but I think it's a lot more realistic. And I want to set people up for success too. When you look at 75 days ahead of you, it's a long fucking time. So I took that and I took some ideas, I tweaked a few things, and put together a program and a challenge called the Project 45. So this is a 45-day challenge. So, I want to talk about what it is, what it isn't. So I don't want this to be a weight loss challenge. We do that a lot. We do transformation challenges in the Inner Circle. We give away prizes. Guys lose a bunch of weight, and it's awesome. This isn't about that per se. You will lose weight, right? You will get fitter. You'll get stronger. Your body composition will improve. But this is more so, we don't do this enough. It's about mental toughness and sticking to something for 45 days. And think about that for a second. When was the last time you committed to something for 45 days and then actually did it every single day? Like if you said, I'm not going to have a Coke, I'm not going to have a Red Bull, I'm not going to have a beer, I'm not going to have a cigarette for 45 days. When was the last time you could actually say, I did it all for every single day, strictly for 40, right? I can't think of any in my own past. And so I want to make this something that men can look at and say, okay, you know what? I'm all in 100%. This is 100% zero challenge. Most of the stuff I do, actually all the stuff I do, is based on, accountability and more of a 80-20 approach to fitness and eating, right? 80% of the time, you're really eating clean, you're training hard, doing all the right things. And the other 20%, if you're consistent, you can afford to, eat the things you really love. You can, take more rest and recovery. And I think that's a great approach. And, that's what I believe works long term. This challenge is a short term challenge, but the way I feel like it's different is that it's going to set you up for long term success because you're going to get through 45 days, and some will, some won't. Guaranteed, some people will not make it. It'll set you up for, the rest of the year thinking, damn, I just crushed 45 days on this strict program where I wanted to quit probably, every other day, but I made it through. I've got phenomenal progress. I feel amazing. I look really good. My confidence is back up, and I'm proud of myself for killing it. And that's what it's about. So it's simple. It's and it's very effective. Okay, I want you to think about making a promise to yourself, and actually keep it. And we're busy dads. I mean, we have more excuses than we have action, right? We're full of excuses, full of shit. We're always, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough money. There's always something, right? And it's so easy for us to just cash it in and say, nah, I can't do it. Family stuff, right? So this is going to be a real challenge for those guys, and this isn't for the guys that are already like super fit. And this isn't going to be that much of a struggle for. I want this to be a struggle. So the guys that are struggling, the guys that need the help, the guys that have a bunch of weight to lose, that their habits are a mess, diet sucks, right? You're drinking soda, you're having too many beers, you're drinking a lot of crappy calories, you're eating a lot of junky foods, right? You don't really know what you're doing, you don't have anybody to support you, right? That's going to help you get all of that straightened out. So we're going to do this inside our inner circle. We're going to do it in pairs. I'm going to pair every man up with an accountability partner. I am personally doing this challenge myself because, honestly, I need it. I have some habits like I have an energy drink habit. Monster Zeros are just fucking killing me. And, I love Monster Zeros. And it's, there's no sugar, there's no calories. But if you look at the ingredients, there's like, fucking 30 ingredients in there and no good. And I have to give that up. That's just one of many things that I have to do personally. So I'm going to be in there every day. We're going to make it super easy to succeed because, there are going to come times when you just don't want to do it, right? I don't have time. You have to make time, and, the parameters are going to be a little bit different, right? What we're going to do is we're going to pick a diet, and I don't push a diet on anybody, any particular diet. I honestly believe that any diet can succeed provided it has, it's healthy, it gets results, and it's sustainable. Those three things, right? That's all, in my opinion, that's all you need. Whether that's a keto diet, whether it's a carnivore diet, a vegetarian, primal, paleo, Mediterranean, none of that other bullshit, blood type diet, personality type diet, those things, are fucking stupid. But, a real legit diet that focuses on whole foods, and doesn't eliminate every goddamn thing out there. So you're going to pick a diet. For me, I am going with a primal diet. I love the primal approach to eating. I've been doing it for a very long time. I teach it in my programs. It's not the only answer, of course. There's so many ways to go about finding a good nutrition plan for yourself. But You're going to find a diet and you're going to stick to it. Okay? No cheat meals. Not one. Okay, 45 days worth. Is it going to be hard? Fuck yes, it's going to be hard. Right? If you're used to eating like a normal quote unquote American diet, it's going to be tough because let's say you choose a paleo diet and then all grains and all dairy are off the table, right? You're going to, and you're used to eating pastas and sandwiches and drinking milk and all that other stuff and eating tons of cheese, right? It's going to suck for you. It's going to be very difficult. So first of all, you're going to have to pick something that makes sense for you. If you hate vegetables, don't do a paleo or a primal diet, right? We're going to pick a diet. You're going to stick to it. Okay. Make sure that it's doable. Don't pick the keto if you're a carboholic and you're getting 50% of your calories from carbohydrates. You're not going to succeed, right? Make it as easy as possible to succeed, right? I'm going to be helping men in the group finding an appropriate diet. Like if you're struggling, well, I don't really know what to do. We're going to help you with that so you can stick to that. Once you stick to it, that's your goal is you're going to stick to that. You're going to follow a training program. I'm going to write out a very specific strength and conditioning program. You're free to do your own. But like if you're doing the P90X or the 5x5, whatever it is, that's fine. As long as you're sticking to a training program and you write your schedule out and you do not miss a single session. Okay, that is your goal. We're gonna incorporate some intermittent fasting as well. You're also going to be drinking half of your weight in ounces of water. Okay, that's your goal. And you're going to be doing daily mobility. We have over 20 videos, tutorials on mobility sessions, all between 6 and 8 minutes or so. So every day, and that's extremely important. I know everybody can find 6 to 8 minutes. And guys our age, 30, late 30s, 40s, mobility is at the very top of your pyramid as far as what you need to be doing for getting your body right. Seriously, it's so important. Because if you're not doing it, you will suffer. You will feel it. You probably already are. Okay. We're going to be doing before and after photos. We're going to be posting weekly pics. Okay. We're going to have accountability worksheets. Everything that you need to succeed is going to be in the group. I'm going to be there with you every step of the way because, like I said, I don't want this to be just a fitness challenge. Okay. Here's your program. Here's your diet. I'll see you in 45 days. Let me see your results, right? That's typical of, there are some challenges out there. I don't like to do business that way, but this is going to be especially important because we're all going to be in this together and we're all going to be struggling because it's simple stuff to do, but it's every single day. And when you're out and you're starving and you're driving by that McDonald's at 10 o'clock at night, and all you want to do is just stop real quick for that cheeseburger and fries, right? And I have the same cravings. McDonald's right across the street from our house, right? I have that same cravings. You have to say no. Okay, that's going to be our challenge, and that's why it's going to be so important to be part of this accountability group, holding each other accountable, calling each other out, and if you fuck up, you start over. Okay, I don't care if you're on day 44, you fuck up, your challenge is over. You start from day 1. Okay, that's the kicker, that's the caveat, and that's why it's so important that you have the support group and you have the accountability and you have the brotherhood right there behind you saying you can do it. You want to quit. I want to quit. Fuck it. Let's just keep doing it. We can make this happen. Let's get through the 45 days. I promise you're going to feel better. And believe me, I have no doubt you're going to make phenomenal gains mentally, emotionally, and physically. So, I'm inviting you to take a look at it. Okay. I want you to come away from this, with a new understanding and of what your body is capable of and a new relationship or a better relationship with food and alcohol. A friend of mine, Larry Hagman, who runs the Dad Edge podcast, he's got a great group of men. I've had him on the show. Many of you are familiar with him. He's a phenomenal dude. And he did the 75 hard and he posted his results, at least on Instagram, or I don't know about Facebook, but I saw his stuff on Instagram and his physical results were good. I mean, they were really good. He looks awesome. But if you read the posts, the changes that have happened in his life because of the things he went through during the challenge changed so much more than just his body. And so that's one of the things that inspired me to do something similar. And again, I love the concept. I think it's a little bit too much, and maybe not. Some guys want that challenge. Larry did phenomenal with it, some guys will. I think, maybe a more realistic approach for a lot of us is a shorter time frame. So that's why we're going with 45 days, but I still love the concept. But the idea behind it is these changes can affect literally every part of your life. And so it's not just, hey, let's lose a bunch of weight and look a little bit better. His relationships have improved. His confidence is up, his energy is up. He talks about his relationship with God. A lot of big changes, and that's just one story out of many that I've seen come from this sort of challenge. So, I want to extend the invitation to any dad listening right now. All right. I'm kind of hyped up here. I know I'm pretty excited about this. I'm actually really excited personally because I was out of commission for a while. I was literally sick with some kind of respiratory shit, which still they never figured out after 2 different courses of antibiotics, 2 or 3, bunch of meds, everything. I was doped up with so much shit for 2 straight months just recently that I couldn't exercise at all really other than walk. And so when I started getting back into it, I realized how far I had fallen. I put on about 10 pounds and I'm not feeling awesome. I started kicking up my energy drink habit, not my Red Bulls, the Monster Zeros, kicking those, having a couple a day at least, plus pre-workouts. I'm drinking a dickload of caffeine. And, I have some other things I need to get a little more active and stay off the computer and doing, that kind of stuff, sitting so much and get out and just move more. So leading by example. So this is really important for me as too, but, I want to be able to lead by example and run this group from the top down. And so, if you're listening to this and you feel like, well, it sounds pretty good, I will tell you that we do these challenges, this one as well, inside our Inner Circle program. I just had a conversation today with a coach. We talked a lot about business and pricing and the cost and service and what's my time worth. And, I just said, listen, man, I know a lot of guys are charging, thousands, some guys are charging $5,000 for a 90-day program. I said, I understand the model and I believe my time is worth that. But I said, I created something in the Inner Circle that I wanted every guy that was struggling to say, the money's not the issue, right? So I started this and, it's $27 a month. And I'm like, every man I know can afford $27 a month just by cutting just a few small things. You eat out one less time over the course of a month and you've already saved that money. And I created such a valuable resource for men, dads specifically, in this that I never want to hear a guy say I can't afford it, right? And I want someone to join. I want them to stick around because there's so much content that I create. We do something new every single month, so keep it exciting and interesting. And guys are getting results and not just on the scale. I mean, just life changes and confidence changes and, belt sizes and, their wives are like, holy shit, man, you look good. And so many things like that. And that's what makes it all worth it for me. And that's why I do what I do. And so, yeah, so to be part of this challenge, the Project 45, you're going to have to join the Inner Circle. And I'd love to have you. And it's not just, hey, you're going to pay me $27 for the challenge. When you join the Inner Circle, you're going to have access to everything that we've done. Every challenge we've ever done is in the archives, on the website, in the Inner Circle for you to download anytime. You can do any workouts you want. There's a ton of video workouts, there's a huge exercise library and recipe library. I mean, I really try to put a lot of time and energy and effort into it to make sure that it's a resource that you can log into and say, man, this is just a lot of stuff in here. And, if I have a question about something, I can go and check it out and, get some honest feedback. And there's no bullshit. There's nothing to sell you. There are no upsells. There's, it is what it is. And that's by design. And the coach I spoke to today, probably wasn't thinking, wow, this guy is, going to kill it. He's thinking he's charging so little. How the hell is he ever going to make any money? And, coaches, these days are charging, again, literally thousands of dollars, even a month for coaching. And, here you are, this is a really inexpensive program. How valuable can it be? Or is anybody going to get value from it because it's so cheap? And, there's some points to that, but, I really believe in the model. I love the model. I love the fact that it's growing. I love the fact that we're helping a lot of men, And so I don't think about that as much. Like, wow, I could be making so much more money if I just charged, X number of dollars. So, I just want to, say that I don't want that to be an excuse. I guarantee you're going to get 10 times, 100 times, whatever. You're going to get a lot more value than what you're paying. I promise you that. Even if you fail in this challenge in day 2, you're still, all the stuff that's going on in that group, I promise you're going to get so much more value. So if you have questions about any of what we do in the inner circle, you can please just message me on Facebook, PM me, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm there all the time. Or email me, steve@fitdadnation.com. I'm here to help. That's what I do. I'd love to have you, if you're listening to this and you're still listening to this, I would love to have you join the challenge. This is only for dads, only for guys that are seriously committed. Do not join this if you're not 100% committed to following just those few basic guidelines and willing to just suck it up and grit it out. Okay. And I'm going to read something to you from a book by Stephen Pressfield. It's called Do the Work. And he says, start before you're ready. Don't prepare, begin. Remember, our enemy is not lack of preparation. It's not the difficulty of the project or the state of the marketplace or the emptiness of our bank account. The enemy is resistance. The enemy is our chattering brain, which, if we give it so much as a nanosecond, will start producing excuses, alibis, transparent self-justifications, and a million reasons why we can't, shouldn't, won't do what we know we need to do. So when I read that, I immediately thought of this challenge, right? Because it is so easy for us as busy-ass dads, jobs, commutes, kids, sports, wives, dogs, all that shit, right? We've got all of it. Right? We always can come up with an excuse, always. And that's the resistance he's talking about. I've talked about this in some of my videos, but this is the resistance he's talking about. As soon as that creeps into your mind, boom, it blocks you, it stops you, and gives you a way out. This challenge is about stopping that resistance, blocking that way out, and just saying, you know what, for 45 days, I am committed 100% to this, and then you actually do it. That is what this is all about. So I hope you'll join. If you have questions, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'm happy to help out as best I can. I'll see you there.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want more information, check out the Fit Dad Basecamp group on Facebook. And don't forget to stop by fitdadnation.com. Until next time, keep kicking ass and taking the next step. You can do this, Dad.